Right there. Take 2.
How's it going?
Welcome back, welcome back. So, today we're going to carry on with the journey, the YouTube journey.
Second one we did.
The second song we did, Enter Sandman by Metallica. Essentially, the success of Creeping Death, if you like, and the
relative success, though. Considering we thought no one was going to watch it. Yeah.
For us, massive success.
Enormous,
and amazing excitement in especially in my household. And my kids were young at the time, and were massively excited by it. And you know, as kids do these days, spent a lot of time on YouTube. It was all about Minecraft back in those days, whatever. But again, it was incredibly exciting for them to see Dad on YouTube, and they wanted to get involved. You know, in their little minds at the time, it's like, yeah, we want to be involved. And I was like, oh, it would be kind of cool. You know, what could we do? So the song that came into my mind was Enter Sandman. Because they could do the middle section. They could sing that and talk through that middle section. And historically, it's a massive song in my life because my first band, kind of Inhalation, with Jude, it'd be around 91 when the Black Album was released. It was a very formative time for the start of my musical career, if you like, in real terms. And we used to jam on Enter Sandman. It was, you know, one of our big songs that we used to play as a band back in those days. So for me, it felt like a song that I really wanted to do. Much to Paul's dismay.
Hate it.
I mean, you know, he's covering up. You know.
I don't like the Black Album.
Yeah. Well, that's a whole nother episode.
Yeah. I like to struggle with it.
There you go. And the Black Album for me is an album that is I've really grown to love. More over I always loved it, but I was always at odds with it because I was And Justice for All.
Oh, And Justice as well, yeah.
You know.
Maybe I should revisit it.
Yeah, but then over the years, I really understand it now. And I think a lot of that is, as you grow older, you appreciate it more. I'm not so stuck in my ways, like, you know, everything's got to be heavy. You know, my Nirvana story from back in the day, you know, my friend was a big Nirvana fan off Bleach. Nevermind came out before people had caught on to it, and he's showing me it. I'm like, oh yeah, it's alright, man, this is alright. And he goes, doo-doo. I'm like, what the? Why would you do that? Why have you? Where's the heavy gone? You know, from Metallica's point of view, what they were trying to do, and I appreciate far more in the others.
Yeah, in context, it does make sense. Yeah. Totally does. Yeah.
But in the day, wow, it was like, oh my god. But you know, it's all good. So when we recorded Creeping Death, you know, we recorded the song, we recorded the video, and at that point there was no YouTube channel. So there was absolutely at any point if it failed, it didn't matter because it was just having a go, you know. And obviously now we've done that, especially me, you really start to try and think and understand what we were doing, and it was
Hollywood superstars like insisting on doing their own stunts.
Yeah, it was weird because you were consciously trying to make it good.
Yeah.
Overthinking it in that respect, you know what I mean? And so it was really kind of tough. And I know we didn't have a guitar with a whammy on it at the time. So we did the lead break.
Here, isn't it?
Yeah. It was like, how do we do the wow, 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 wow? Yeah. I forget exactly how we did it now.
I can't think. No.
Some did kind of self-be some kind of toggling maybe or something. I don't remember.
It shouldn't have been that difficult.
It shouldn't have been, but we were consciously trying to improve, and you know, thinking we've done it now. You know, we're consciously thinking how to do it, and in some ways that kind of tarred the whole thing a little bit for me. It was overthought a little bit. I'm sure I remember we were doing the chorus, especially the F sharp part, like the chorusy part, the pre-chorus and the chorus, and it just wasn't sounding. It sounded like a little bit off, or a little bit wasn't quite in tune or something.
Yeah.
Still trying to find our feet with recording techniques and what have you. You know, the most beautiful thing about that video for me is the children being involved. You know, they loved it and they came in and recorded. They were absolute superstars, and you know, it's in the video, and it's a wonderful moment in that respect. You know what I mean? But it's one of the weird videos in our history of YouTube. Again, we still at this point in time didn't know how to master or have any inkling.
Not for ages.
And at this time, we didn't really have vocal effects either.
No.
You know,
It's very dry, wasn't it? Yeah.
very kind of dry. And I'm guessing this was probably on the Line 6 pedal board as well.
Definitely. Yeah,
There was
yeah.
no, because we didn't. At this point, we don't really have plugins. I think we had Addictive Drums, and the reason why Addictive Drums was there again was because at the time the guy I was touring with was.
Yeah, who was that? I can't remember who it was.
I didn't want to name drop, but it was Johnny Marr.
Oh, yeah! Clang!
King Richard. Yeah, my friend Mr. Johnny Marr of the Smiths fame. He was working with the Cribs at the time, and I was out with the Cribs, and and you know they were using a Pro Tools rig. I think we were supporting Franz Ferdinand at the time, and they were recording on a Pro Tools rig. Johnny recorded on Pro Tools, and he had Addictive Drums as his kind of plugin. So we used. That's why I bought Addictive Drums. You know what I mean? There's no more thought to it than that. You know, these are people I trust, and it's like, well, they're okay with it. I'm okay.
And like you
with
said in the last one or whatever, you got a point of reference then to ask for advice and like
yeah,
how
exactly,
it works,
exactly.
things like
You know,
that.
I'm sure it happens to many people. You know?
Yeah.
It's it's nice when, like I say, you respect somebody and they give you some advice and you kind of go, yeah, I can go with that. You know, that's essentially what happened there, and that's basically it for the second one. It was this wonderful thing, like I say, to have the kids involved, and to this day, you know, we still have very fond memories of it in that respect. But
It was a history lesson for you, like,
Yeah.
isn't it? You know what I mean?
but at this, and they're all like, oh my god, how small was I?
Oh, it's true.
They were quite young at the time, probably like Jess was maybe about 8 and Tom was about 5.
Yeah, I'd say
Something
so.
like that.
Something like that.
You know, if there was ever one I'd want to do again, that would be it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have thought about, you know, with the fact that we are recording all the headcase stuff, me and Jude at the moment, there is one of my thoughts is there's an excuse to re-record it within the context of headcase and inhalation, and it was one of the cover versions we did with the band. So, yeah, who knows? It's a history lesson. It's a moment in time.
And there's nothing wrong with the way we recorded it and how it sounds.
No, absolutely. It's just yeah. You just as part of you wishes you could.
Yeah, hindsight in it.
Always hindsight, but again, it's a journey, you know, and it's a valuable lesson because we then took, you know, what we'd learned from Creeping Death, what we'd learned from Sandman, and that took us on to the next, the third YouTube video, and that will be this week's cliffhanger. Is it bad cliffhangers?
Yeah,
we need
yeah,
to really
yeah.
think about these cliffhangers, don't we? Anyway, thank you for sticking with us, and we'll see you all soon.
Thank you.
Adios.
See you later.